guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to share with you a really easy, simple, fast dessert recipe, dessert idea that you can do last minute if you've got, friends coming over midweek, or if you just don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen on the weekends, but you want to serve something sweet at the end of your dinner get-together or whatnot. I think these are great. I call these my pineapple upside down sundaes. So it's basically tastes like a pineapple upside down cake, but it's sort of like a sundae version. It's easy, it's delicious. We're going to use a little bit of help from the store to kind of keep things moving a little bit faster. And I find that that's what I'm really focusing a lot more on recently, because we spend so much time outside in the spring and summer. We've got people over every weekend and during the week as well. I don't want to spend a lot of time inside making something elaborate, so I've been turning to like really easy, quick ideas that we just love, or things that can be assembled and popped in the fridge way in advance, so that it doesn't take any attention from me at that moment, because I want to be outside. Okay, let me run you through the list of ingredients. Not very big, but it's all the right ones. I'm using fresh pineapple that I have just chopped into bite-sized pieces. Make sure you core it, but most grocery stores will sell diced pineapple already, so keep an eye out for that. Brown sugar, salted macadamia nuts. You need some pound cake. You can have a store-bought like I did. My grocery store has a bakery and they make pretty good pound cake, so I went ahead and purchased that. You need a little bit of vanilla, some heavy cream, and you'll need some butter. You also need ice cream, obviously, but this is so easy, you're gonna absolutely adore it. So we got two pans going. I'm gonna just turn both of them on. The back one's gonna be on really low. To the back one, I'm going to add the butter and the brown sugar, and I'm going to let that melt. Once that melts and comes to a bubble, I'm going to go ahead and add in my pineapple. To my skillet over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt the butter, and then I'm going to toast my pound cake. It's almost like the way you would make a grilled cheese. Obviously there's no cheese here, but I want to toast it in some butter and really develop a beautiful golden brown crust that's going to add a little something extra to your ice cream sundae. But if you don't want to go through this step, then don't. But I do think that if you're going to use a little bit of help from the store in buying pound cake, zhuzh it up, make it a little bit special, toast it up. It gives you a really lovely nutty crust that I think just makes things a little more special, So I'm gonna go ahead and keep an eye out on my pound cake. Gonna flip it halfway through. Gonna keep an eye out for that. I'm gonna wait for that to come to a bubble, and then I'll show you the next step. That's perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and add the pineapple. And now you're just gonna cook this just on like low for maybe like 5 to 6 minutes. You want the pineapple to cook down a bit, soften a bit. It's gonna be so fantastic. Just you wait. My pound cake looks amazing. If the sides crumble a little bit, it's perfectly fine. Just adds to the rustic, beautiful look of it, and just wait until you see it plated. It is going to be a thing of absolute beauty, and I can't wait to share that with you once we're done. But I'm just going to keep an eye out on the pineapple. When it's where I want it, then I will share that with you when it gets there. That looks perfect. I'm going to add in the macadamia nuts. Let those get nice and toasty, along with a small splash of vanilla, good vanilla. Gotta be good quality vanilla extract. I gotta make a new batch. I haven't made it in a while because I've had so much. And I'm just gonna add a very small splash of heavy cream. I'm just gonna let this cook for about 1 more minute. And then I'm going to let this cool quite a bit before we go ahead and assemble our sundaes, because this is so boiling hot. It's technically melted sugar, and it would scorch your mouth, and it would also just melt everything too fast. So it's important that you let it cool for a bit, and then we build a sundae. My pineapple sauce is ready. It's still quite hot, but you know what? I can't hold off anymore. I've got my perfectly toasted piece of pound cake, a scoop of vanilla bean ice cream, and then you just take this pineapple with the pecans, and as it cools, it will thicken into absolute perfection. But we can't all be perfect at everything. I just can't wait any longer. And then you stick that with a maraschino cherry. Make sure it's got a stem, because it really makes a difference. And now I'm gonna destroy the entire thing that I worked so hard to make pretty. I'm just also gonna do a little bit of this. destroying it. That's what I do best, folks. I'm not a meat eater. So if you're one of those people that eats really perfectly, not me. Certainly not today. I had to have a bite of everything. The sauce, the chunks of pineapple, everything. You know, that is a moneymaker on all levels. And the toasted pound cake, please don't leave it out. It makes all the difference. Bomb. Go Laura in the kitchen, cold, with the recipe. Make it this weekend. You will love it as much as I do, especially if you love pineapple upside down cake. I'll see you next time. Bye.